It's not a secret that I've butt heads with the Reddit mods on several occasions because, frankly, whatever the fuck their rules are, they're so arbitrary and silly. And let me just say this properly. So the Gwent the Gwent rules or the Gwent subreddit rules, whether they apply to everything or not, it doesn't matter. What I'm saying is that the 9-to-1 posting of content rule is so arbitrary and ridiculous in my opinion. It's something that is so it smothers the creativity and the growth of the actual subreddit. Why? Because what the whole issue is that for content creators, and I'm not just saying for myself, and yes, obviously it affects myself because I try to post things there that are unique and different, like my blind Gurnakora video. And what happens is those posts get immediately taken down because I did not comment 9 times on 9 other threads. So what does that mean? It means that I did not give insight or give a reply to 9 other posts. Well, have you seen the other posts? The other posts are all just like clips of swim shit or just complaints about no unit decks or things about, hey, what's a good Sveibol deck. Well, I don't have insight on that because I've seen 1,000 stupid swim clips and I've seen the same complaints about no unit decks and I've given my insight about it. So what's the solution? The solution is if there was new and unique content on the actual subreddit, I would partake and I would participate. But there is none because anytime someone posts something new, unique, or different, it gets shredded because of the fact that they don't adhere to a 9-to-1 arbitrary rule that is so ass backwards that it just doesn't make any sense if you're trying to grow a community. So what's the solution? Well, the solution is maybe that you should not stick to a 9-to-1 ratio or equation. Maybe instead actually use some type of context or insight into actually what the content is so that you can look at the content and then decide, is this something good? Is it different? Is it unique? Is this worthwhile to nurturing the Gwent subreddit community? Otherwise, is it just someone else blowing off steam about no unit decks that we've seen 9 times out of 10? Literally, that's what it is. Because I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but I haven't seen anyone else playing blind or random number generator decks to prove a point about the strength and weaknesses of certain deck archetypes. But I get my content removed because I did not comment 9 times, even though I put hours of work into the content. Whereas someone can go there and just because they typed LOL 9 times on a fucking on 19 other different or 9 other different comments, they get free reign. They are literally looking at it from a perspective of, okay, you commented 9 times, therefore this is okay. That is wrong, and that's really silly. It's literally, it's not what a moderator should do. A moderator should be there to actually promote and nurture the community and deal with content that is not productive or not positive or not that doesn't generate a proper dialogue. So that's my problem with it. Beeboboop's post is really important because he goes ahead and actually slams it down. Now, I've butt heads several times with Gwent mods, or not Gwent moderators or subreddit moderators in private. They remove my thing. I challenge them on it and tell them that their rules are stupid and that their rules don't support the content. And there's a reason why. I mean, let's just face it. When was the last time you saw any of the content creators, like major content creators, actually commenting or participating? Because every time they're there, they get shredded, their stuff gets removed, or they get completely fucking eviscerated on the thing. That's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that maybe there should be a little bit of more context given to decisions made about removing content rather than strictly adhering to a 9-to-1 rule. Because what you're doing is you're looking at an arbitrary equation and saying that this garbage and jargon is supported by 9 unrelated statements for 9 unrelated comments, but this post that is, you know what, I don't even know what it is because I didn't read it. This post over here does not adhere to it, therefore it's off. So you're really smothering the content creators who have nothing and no other outlet to actually grow their own brand, their game, the game itself. I mean, there's a reason why I do this. And I know the argument, and this is one of the arguments that I got, was that we don't get paid for this. I don't get paid for this. You think I get paid for putting up YouTube videos and spending hours a day making YouTube videos? No, I do it because this is something that I enjoy doing and I like sharing with people. All I'm saying is that maybe the Gwent moderator should be less obsessed about 9-to-1 ratios and more obsessed about screening content for actual worth and value. That's what I'm saying. And what's really frightening to me is that there's such an immediate just evisceration of Gwent content because of that arbitrary rule. It's literally, it's frightening because you're not seeing the forest for the trees. You're literally counting stems in a garden and saying that, okay, this is what we're going to prune and this is what we're going to keep. It's smothering. And frankly, there's a reason why a lot of us don't go on there anymore and try not to share anymore. And I've done my best to avoid it. And I've done my best to try to reintegrate and comment on stuff. But there's very little of value in there because everything that is unique and new and whatever, it gets completely fucking just shredded off the site. That's what I'm saying. It's really, it's difficult. And I know that it's a hard job. Trust me. If you think that moderating 75,000 people, first of all, 75,000 subscribe. If you think that there are 75,000 active people on that subreddit, you should probably reevaluate because in reality, if there's 75 people active on a subreddit, but there's only like a dozen posts a day, maybe the subreddit is maybe a little bit in an unhealthy state. I spent 5 years in PR and marketing and communications for a massive company where I dealt with thousands and thousands and thousands of people. I know it's not easy. I know people have egos and I know people have their own opinions and I know people are stubborn, and I'm not saying that I am neither of those things. I have my own opinions. I have my own stubborn statuses of things, but I could also understand that in certain cases, it's more important to see the forest for the trees and understand context of a scenario versus just hacking wildly and blindly and at the expense of the health of the subreddit and of the game. It's really unfortunate, and it's not a secret, and it's not something that people need to, dig deep to find. But there is an immense disdain from the content creating community towards that subreddit. A lot of people avoid it, hate it, and they understand that not by your efforts, but by the fact that it's Reddit itself. That's one of the few major outlets for people to share and grow the community. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not here to get into a giant dialogue about it. All I want to do is just play this game, share some of the cool moments with people who want to consume it. And I know that a lot of people have no other way or no other idea of how to consume this stuff other than go to Reddit, which is a globally renowned place to consume this kind of stuff and to share like-minded joys and whatever. Anyways, I don't want this to turn into a giant argument in my stream about it. I think that there is going to be a scenario where, and it's already happening, where there is a giant schism between content creators and people who want to share their craft and their product, and then Reddit, because a lot of people are shifting away from it, and it's unfortunate. What I'm hoping for is that there is a revision of the rules and maybe a revision of the attitude towards new content being posted, that perhaps a 9-to-1 rule is not necessarily what is the strictest of laws, but rather you guys look and read and watch the content that is being posted. And if it is inherently unique, positive, good, that maybe instead of smothering it and snuffing it out, that it is promoted and that it is embraced. That's what I'm hoping for, because there's a lot of cool stuff out there that gets immediately slashed off of the page because of the fact that there was not 9 comments to precede it. And that is bullshit. And that's what the last thing I'm going to say about it. I want to play some Gwent, so let's just rock and roll.